I am ready. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? The late great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once wrote while confined in the Birmingham City Jail that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. In 1963, in the city of Birmingham, Alabama, King guided peaceful mass demonstrations that the white police force countered with police dogs and fire hoses. This created a controversy that generated newspaper headlines throughout the world. Subsequent mass demonstrations in many other communities culminated in a march that attracted over 250,000 protesters to Washington, D.C., where Dr. King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, in which he envisioned a world where people were no longer divided by race. That movement was so powerful that Congress enacted the Civil Rights Act of 1964. His life and work symbolize the quest of equality and non-discrimination that lies at the heart of the American and human dream. Dr. King has long since passed, and along with his death, passed the iconic dream. Kingston, I'd like to let you know that you are in danger. We are in the middle of a war between justice and purchased forgiveness. On July 17, 2013, I stood on the steps of the courthouse at a rally for the late Trayvon Martin, one of many young men whose lives were taken without justice. How can we place our trust in this system when a young man can be brutally murdered in cold blood, and because he was black and fit a narrow-minded stereotype, his murder be justified? This is the same system that has us afraid to speak freely about how we're being treated for the fear of being targets of the next unjust attack. This is the same system that says because I perceive you to be a threat without any supporting evidence, reasonable suspicion, or justification, I have the right to take your life. The job of the police is to protect and serve. But who are you protecting? Who are you serving? So I stand before you again a year later to bring with the news of Michael Brown's killer being free of all charges an even more serious message. We are in danger. We as black men and women, Hispanic men and women, poor men and women, anyone considered to be a minority by those in power are in danger. In the eyes of those with power, we don't matter. We don't have a voice, and they continue to treat us as such. I've come to let you know that you are standing on the battleground of your own Ferguson. The nation is built on a bunch of places that are a Ferguson. Ferguson is just a name for what is really the underlying problem of this system we call equality and criminal justice. Newsflash, there is no equality in criminal justice system. Over the course of 50 years, we have regressed in our agenda. The dream that people like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. fought so hard to achieve is all but forsaken. We have become complacent with the bones that are thrown to our people, pacifying us like dogs, making us think we're making a change when in reality we are slaves to the system, bound by chains of foolishness and believing that what is right is wrong and what is wrong is justice. 50 years later, we are still under attack in the name of pursuit and defense of our civil rights. Times may change, but some things stay the same. The police force that was once all white and known to attack with fire hoses and dogs are still predominantly white, and they're attacking with tear gas and military-grade weapons. I'm sick and tired of hearing constant news that another unarmed black man has died at the hand of police brutality or the failure in the system that we were told was designed to protect us. Timothy Stansberry, Sean Bell, Oscar Grant, Aaron Campbell, Alonzo Ashley, Trayvon Martin, Wendell Allen, Jonathan Farrell, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy, and Michael Brown. The list goes on and on. In the past decade, these and hundreds of others have died posing no threat to the ones who killed them. So today I ask you a question. When is enough going to be enough? How many more have to die for you to see that it's time for a change? Where's our Martin Luther King, our Malcolm X, our Rosa Parks? Who is the next Cornel West? Who's here to rightfully take the place of those who worked so hard to get us as far as we've come? Will this really be the end of all the hard work these people sacrificed their lives for? Will it all go to waste, or do you just need it to come a little closer to home before you realize what's going on? Let me give you an example. May 26, 2014, Shaquan M. Krauser, Poughkeepsie, New York. Is that close enough? I have a dream that one day our people will realize the fight is far from over. That one day we'll rise as one to fight in unity and claim what justice should be. Martin Luther King had a dream that we would not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Michael Brown was just one individual. What are you going to do? Sit around and wait for it to be you, your brother or sister, your daughter or son, your mother or father? What happens to a dream deferred? Don't bother to answer. Just look around and you'll see that you're living in it. It's time for a new civil rights movement. Will you sit by and be idle while your loved ones perish waiting for justice to take its course? No, we need action. Stand up and fight and declare that, like Martin Luther King Jr., you too have a dream and it will not be deferred. Thank you.
Thank you.